You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level, perhaps even like colleagues.
Hey gang, welcome back. Okay, just real quick, one little bit of off-camera work that I did in the last episode, or in between the last episode and this one, is I went to the cauldron, and I went back and got that data point that we were missing. And which one was it? It's going to be a quest data point, so let's head down here. And it's Creatures of Terror, which I believe is way at the end. This one, yeah. Okay, so this was somewhere in the cauldron. We missed it. I don't know where it was. Now, like I said before in the previous episode, you cannot get back into the cauldron once you leave it. It's sealed off. But what they do is they take the data points and they put them back out in that front area, which I can't remember off the top of my head what it was called. Firebreak facility, I think that's what it was. So there's a little room where they have all of them, so that you can get them in case you miss them, and that's what I did. I went in and got it, rather than you guys sitting here watching me go back into that one area just to go back and get the one thing. I just went and got it. So you guys can read through this if you're interested. Take a read through, pause the game, all that kind of stuff. There you go, good stuff. So we're just about done with data points. Actually, we have exactly one left to go, and that's right here. And we will do that probably today, I think. We'll get that one. But what I want to do right now is start working my way. Let's see, where's that flag? Towards the. There's only 4 Bluegleam left in the world, and I would like to start by picking those up. I think I am going to finish off the main quest today. Normally I would save that to the very end, but in this particular DLC we can't do that, because what we have left, one thing doesn't even open until you finish off the main quest, one of the errands, and it's a very kind of grindy errand that we have to do. Okay, here we are. We'll look around for this Bluegleam. Should be around here somewhere. Oh, is that it right there? In fact, pretty much everything that's... Not everything that's left, but a couple things that are left are a bit grindy. Okay, that's that. Let's fast travel over here. Okay, let's take a look for that flag. There it is. A couple 100 meters away. That's a...
They know where I am.
I'm not interested in getting into a fight. Hey! I just said I'm not interested in getting into a fight with you. Cut it out. Aloy, move. Oh, for God's sakes, come on! I'm gonna need all of you to go away. Go find something else to do, please.
Safe.
Thank you.
For a few minutes, anyway.
Alright. Where's that flag? Well, we're in the general area. See if we can perhaps find this. Why do you have to be on the side of a mountain?
I can get out of this.
Hello, Bluegleam, where are you? There you are. Okay, how do I get there? Can't get there from here. Okay, clearly we're gonna have to go around. Okay guys, I'm gonna go through the caves. I'll be right back as soon as we get to the other side of all this nonsense. Okay guys, we have made it back out of the caves, which is what I wanted to do. Apparently we gotta go across all this stuff to get to this Bluegleam, because it's up on top of the mountains where I can't get at it. Okay, we're here. There it is. Well, it's below us, so I should be able to get to it. There we go. Boy, you were a pain in the butt, weren't you?
This Bluegleam will make some children happy.
Okay, that takes care of that. Let's hope the remaining two are not such a problem. Of course, where are we going? Straight across the machine field. Okay, sure. Oh, come on. Wasn't that far down? Okay, we have arrived at where it's supposed to be. There it is. Okay, there's one. The other one's not too far away. naturally, there's a trampler in my way. Cause sure, why wouldn't there be?
There's frost between my teeth.
Bloody hell. I don't want to take on a trampler. I have no interest in taking on tramplers. We're actually in the search area. Come on, where's my Bluegleam? Give it to me.
Easy, easy.
Okay guys, I'm gonna have a hunt around. Try to find this stuff without taking on every bloody machine in the area. So I'll be back as soon as we find it. There it is. Okay guys, so I did take out the 3 tramplers, and here's the Bluegleam, like pretty much directly in the center of the search area. So, but there was no way I was ever going to be able to get this without taking those tramplers out.
Machine fluid.
Okay, good. We now have every Bluegleam on the map. You know, that's not connected to a quest of some sort. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to quests. Side quests. Let's make this our active quest, which it already is. And let's head here. Okay, let's go end the main quest of the DLC. And then we can start on the grindy errand quest that they're going to give us. Shouldn't be anything to this. This is just the end of the quest.
All of my interactions with Ourea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
Wait, what? Talk to Aratak, talk to Cyan. Okie dokie then. Let's talk to Cyan first.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Ourea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus.
Cool.
I feel profound grief over Ourea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
Okay. What are you?
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Ourea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Ourea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
Firebreak?
This Firebreak project. It was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Colleagues?
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Was Hephaestus destroyed?
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback,
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
undoubtedly,
You and Hephaestus?
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Ourea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Ourea as well.
Hephaestus and Zero Dawn?
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus want to kill?
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan.
I found something that calmed the machines.
I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan. So do I.
Metal flowers?
I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers and look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place The flood may bear me far. I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
Ourea?
You meant a lot to Ourea.
Once I understood Ourea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Ourea's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined.
Aratak?
How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Ourea, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Jeez, I did have other stuff I wanted to get done today. Other questions? Yellowstone.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Ourea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan.
The dam?
Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh's servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
Drones?
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
AIs.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you?
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Pharaoh.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one.
Sobek.
And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to
The scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was it like?
What was the old world like? The way it used to be.
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point, a concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
Upheaval?
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So, there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth.
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
The clawback.
So things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
Okay, we're done there. That's it.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Ourea.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
Use your judgment.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Ourea. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice.
Sure.
Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep. Wake up. And protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chow, and I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
Okay, now we gotta go talk to Aratak.
My chieftain,
Just Aloy.
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Ourea might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Ourea would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
Look at what she accomplished.
Because of her, we destroyed the cauldron, forced out the daemon, and saved the spirit. She understood what had to be done.
Yes, and I failed to listen.
You didn't fail.
A shaman should always have the ear of their chieftain. Yet I turned her away, my own sister. I was foolish, but she knew better. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Ourea can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Naltuk has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. As minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Okay, well, I wasn't expecting to have a 20-minute conversation with the AI, and that's a little bit too bad, but whatever. So we got a new errand out of the forge. We got to kill the fire claws. We still got the claws beneath to do. Side mission, we got Frontier Justice left. I was going to do that today, but now it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Might have time to do this one, though. So, yeah. Of course, there's no easy way to get there, is there? Damn. That's a bummer. Alright, let's head here. So as we hit the true end of the game, let's see. I think we need to go this way.
I can't feel much of anything in this.
Yeah. As we finish everything in the game, we need to remember right at the end to go back to Cyan and talk to her, because apparently she's got insights to everything that we do. That's why we had so many conversations with her, because they were going through all the stuff that we'd already gone through, or the stuff that we'd already completed. And I'm sure there's more. Yeah, there's another mission up here. But for right now, we're going to go try to get this one done. We're going to have to kill the 5 frost claws. That's the grindy thing that we had left to do. So that'll be fun. Okay, there's one campfire we got to. I'd like to get this done. The claws beneath. Kill the last tower. That's the last tower in the game, I believe. Unless there's another one connected to a mission. As we've only got a couple of missions left. I kind of doubt it, so... and we'll see, but I think this is the last tower. Let's try to avoid him. Okay, we're not so far away now. There's a frost claw up here. So we want to go past these guys, don't we?
hunting me.
Nobody hunt me. Nobody hunt me, please. I don't need to be hunted. All right, moving on. There we go, another campfire.
Umnak said I'd find the cause beneath nearby.
Indeed. Okay, here we go. Let's go kill the legendary machine. What's happening?
There you are. Just like Umnak said.
There who is? I see the tower. Oh crap. It's a rock breaker. Oh god, I hate these guys. I hate rock breakers.
I can still get the upper hand.
Oh, he sees me. He sees me. Okay, the tower has to go down first. You can't do anything with that tower up. Dude, get out of the way, please. Damn it. Bloody hell. There goes the tower. Had to be a rock breaker, didn't it? I can't stand rock breakers. All right, well, I've damaged it. Would you please stop that? Move, Aloy, come on. Oh, Pucky. Why you cheat so bad?
That'll help.
Yeah! Where is he? He lies so hard. Dude, why are you stuck on rocks? Come on, Aloy, I need you to move. Again, you seem to be stuck on stuff. Quit it. Come here, you bastard. That's right.
The clothes beneath. Umnak wasn't lying when he said you were tough.
Hate rock breakers. Great. Oh, I got too much stuff. That's not going to work for me. Okay, get rid of anything that's green. I don't need that. Okay, very good. Now, just over here, in this box, there should be a unique mod, insulated outfit weave.
Hello there.
Indeed. All right. Should we go check this guy out one more time? Got a couple of purples. Please never make me do a rock breaker again. Ever, ever. Alright, let's go head over to the campfire. Okay, where's the dude? There he is. Alright, man. I killed your beast.
It's over. It wasn't easy, but that rock breaker won't be hurting anyone anymore.
The claws beneath brought low by an outlander. This part of your song will travel far.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to that.
I've found people rarely live up to their songs. You're an exception, though. And you've done me a true kindness.
Yeah, no worries.
My foe is buried now, like so many of the hunters it killed. My friend, my chieftain. You would be pleased to know his fate won't befall anyone else. Take this in thanks. I believe you've more than earned it.
Awesome. Now we got some Bluegleam. Okay, where's that merchant? An extraordinary reward box. Merchant. Where's the merchant? There's one thing we have left to buy. Let's buy it. Let's get this done. I think it's a... Yeah, there it is. The Sonora Silent Hunter Master. Buy that. I'm not going to equip it though. Thank you. Nice. Okay guys, let's wrap it up. Let's take a look at our stats. Let's see, in my inventory we've got Yeah, we got the new outfit. There it is. That's the last outfit of the game, I believe. Modifications, we got the new custom or unique mod. 25% resist shock fire and freeze. Very cool. That'd be great if I had an outfit that you know, would actually accept mods. And then the last data point of the game that we didn't have before is right here. There you guys go. You guys can read that. Fairly long, but we already heard it, so you know, there's no real need to read it through it. So there you go, guys. We have every single data point in the game, including the regular game and the DLC. So very nice. As for quests, of course, the main quest, we've already done Bluegleam Shadow. That's just taking us back to where we were. So we still got Frontier Justice to do as a side quest. We've got Out of the Forge to do as a side quest. There's another one that we haven't activated yet. That was the one that we were actually right next to earlier, which is up here, I think. Yeah, it's right up here. I think that's the last one that we haven't activated. Let me just take a quick look. I believe that's about it. Yeah, because we got Out of the Forge, which we are now working on as an errand. And there's another one called Ekiri's Challenge, or Ekiri's Challenge, I think it's called. And then the Forge of Winter we did. So Frontier Justice we still have to do. That's the side quest. And then 2 errands, and that's basically it. Although one of them is somewhat grindy. Okay, gang, I think we're done for today. So I'm going to stop here. Let's go ahead and save the game. We'll do a manual save. And sure. Yes, please. Let's take a look and see how our game progression is going. We jumped to 89.08. We were at 80%, now we're at 90%, almost 90%, 89%. And yeah, very nice. 11% left to go. So not too bad. And I do believe we have every outfit and every weapon in the game. We got 2 more unique modifiers to get. Those are attached to the quests that we still have left to do. But other than that, we're done. So very nice. Okay, gang, we're going to stop here. Let me take a minute to thank my patrons. My $5 plus patrons are Michael Hilliard. My $3 plus patrons are listed in the description below, along with any links that they've requested that I link to. Please do go check that out. Good stuff in there, guys. And then finally, at the end of this episode, you can see a list of all my $1 plus patrons. Thank you very much, guys. It is much appreciated. Without your support, this would be a much more difficult endeavor.
What feels like out here.
So I do appreciate the help.
Many of us died in the Red Way.
Okay, gang, we're going to stop here, and we're going to pick this back up in the next episode. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please take a second to comment, like, and subscribe. All these things really help me out. I'd like to say a big thanks to all my patrons whose names are appearing on the screen right now. Thanks a lot, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more great content, consider joining my list of patrons. There's a link on the screen in the bottom left corner. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.